I'm Not Afraid by Ellen Nancy and Roxanne Reid. Herbie the hedgehog was a long way from home. He knew the only way to his cosy den was through the deep, dark forest, so he set off on his journey. The cold wind whistled through the forest and sent shivers to the very ends of Herbie's spines. "I am not afraid of the whistling wind," he said. Herbie kept on going. He was determined to get home. Leaves rustled under his paws. The sticky, wet mud made his claws curl. "I am not afraid of the wet, sticky mud," he said. Herbie kept on going. He stomped his way through the muddy leaves, keeping his eyes on the track through the trees. Ahead, Herbie saw the old bridge. He stepped out and the bridge creaked and groaned. He could see the wild river rushing underneath him. "I am not afraid of the wild river," he said. Herbie kept on going. He shuffled his way carefully across the rickety bridge, only daring to glance down at the very end. On the other side of the river, Herbie heard a rustling in the long grass. He stood still. What creature was hiding, ready to pounce? "I am not afraid of the rustling grass," he said. Herbie kept on going. He quietly tiptoed through the grass, checking left and right for the pointed ears of a fox. The sun began to set. The sky turned red. The trees cast long, spooky shadows that made him jump. "I am not afraid of the spooky shadows," he said. Herbie kept on going. He lifted his chin and did not look at the shadows on the ground. The sun set behind the trees, and Herbie felt eyes watching him from above. Wings flapped, shining eyes glowed in the dark. "I am not afraid of watching eyes," he said. Herbie kept on going. He moved from tree to tree in the direction of his den. As Herbie inched closer to home, the forest came alive with the sounds of the night. Owls hooted overhead, badgers snuffled in the dirt. Herbie began to walk a little faster. "I am not afraid of the noise," he said. Herbie kept on going. He hummed a little tune to take his mind off the sounds around him. The darkness swallowed up the forest. Herbie couldn't see past the end of his nose. Finally, he saw the familiar glimmer of the light over the door of his den. "I am not afraid of the dark," he said. Herbie kept going. His pace quickened. He raced to his front door. Safe and sound in his cozy home, Herbie looked up at the night sky. The stars twinkled brightly and the moon shone. Herbie smiled. He had made it home, despite maybe being a little afraid. But he told himself, "I am not afraid of anything." Herbie made a cup of hot milk and settled in for a warm night's sleep, feeling rather brave.